Hello, sports fans, and welcome to Waco ISD Stadium for another exciting night of Texas high school football. Tonight, the University Trojans play host to the Elks from Burleson High School. I'm Lark Smith, along with the coach Butch Henry. And Butch, the Trojans enter this game with a little bit of a different attitude as they came away with the victory from last week.
Yeah, I'm sure they're still on cloud nine, but they better come down pretty quick. This is a very good Burleson team. It's undefeated and picked, I think, third or fourth in the district behind people like Alito and everyone. But we'll see if the Trojans can rebound, because I know they got that monkey off their back. That's over with. This is like Johnny Tusa always said, it's a new season for new reason. District play starts tonight.
Certainly does. District action gets underway tonight right here on Waco ISD TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we would like to recognize Coach Belinda Denman as University High School's Coach of the Week. Coach Denman is a graduate of Crockett High School, where she lettered in volleyball, basketball, and track for the Bulldogs, and was selected to the all-district teams in all three sports her sophomore, junior, and senior years. After high school, Denman attended Paul Quinn College, majoring in secondary education, and graduated in 1989. Coach Denman taught for 2 years in Fort Worth before serving in Waco ISD for the past 27 years. She currently teaches applied physics and is the head cross-country and track coach. Coach Denman is married to Calvin Thomas, has a daughter, Lacey, Lloyd, son-in-law, Cody Lloyd, and a grandson, Kobe Lloyd. We want to thank Coach Denman for her hard work and loyalty to our proud school district. We wish her and the Trojans all the best in the remainder of the season. Congratulations, Coach Denman. Tonight, we'd like to recognize Mr. Rick Fisk as University High School's Teacher of the Week. Mr. Fisk was born in Waco, Texas, and currently resides in Hewitt. Mr. Fisk graduated from McLennan Community College Respiratory Therapy School and worked as a respiratory therapist for several years. He continued his education at Baylor University, receiving a Bachelor's of Science degree in education with a composite science certification. He has taught at University High School since 2003, teaching chemistry, principles of technology, applied physics, and anatomy and physiology. We want to thank Mr. Fisk for his hard work and loyalty to our proud school district, and we wish him and the Trojans all the best in the 2018-19 school year. Congratulations, Mr. Fisk.
There you see the University Trojans getting ready to take the field. The Burleson Elks, the visitors for tonight, have just taken the field across the way. And just before kickoff, we had a little bit of a rain shower come through Waco ISD Stadium, so the surface might be a little slick, but this is artificial surface. So therefore, the rain just kind of goes right through, and it shouldn't affect play, should it, Coach?
It should not, and it was a nice rain shower, came down, moved out, and hopefully it'll stay that way until about 10:30.
And the best thing about that rain shower, there wasn't a stick of lightning in it.
That's what I like.
I'm not getting any delays out of this little rain shower, as it was just a tropical wave that came through thanks to that disturbance out in the Gulf of Mexico. Luckily, we're not in North Carolina, where there seems to be a bit more of a disturbance called a hurricane. University Trojans in their home purple jerseys tonight with white pants. The Burleson Elks are in white jerseys and white pants with red and black outline. That is the school colors, red and black for Burleson. This is the first district meeting for these two teams as they play in a 9-team district. So they only were able to have 2 non-district games before starting play tonight in district action.
I don't know if I like it or not. Do you like that?
I'd like to have at least 3 non-district games to kind of get going, but you know, you just can't control that UIL when it comes to realignment time. But the University Trojans come in with a record of 1 win and 1 loss. That 1 win last week against Austin Travis.
Got that monkey off their back, didn't it?
Certainly did. Stopped that losing streak of 47 games. Several losing streaks have been stopped this year, Coach, as Diamond Hill Jarvis had their long 77-game streak stopped. Quitman had its 40-plus games stopped. What I found out is the team that now has the longest active losing streak is El Paso Socorro at 33 games now.
Is that a pretty new school?
Fairly new out in El Paso. But, you know, that's halfway to Arizona.
Yeah, yeah.
The junior ROTC has presented the colors at midfield, and it's time now for our national anthem and Texas, Our Texas, a tradition always here at Waco ISD Stadium.
As well as the first responders across the country answering the call. We ask that both teams and fans face the colors on the field as we pay tribute to this great country during the playing of our national anthem.
We'd also like to ask that you remain standing and honor the processional of the colors as they exit the field. Immediately following the national anthem will be Texas, Our Texas. So show your Texas pride and sing along. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem led by the University High School Band under the direction of Archie Hatton IV. Our national anthem.
Coach, we mentioned that Burleson comes in 2-0. Their first victory of the year, they had to play a team from the state of Kansas. Kansas Schlegel beat them 52-0 in their opener. Then last week, they went to 2-0 with a 44-22 win over Braswell High School from the Denton area. So this is a team that looks like it puts a lot of points on the board.
Yeah, but you got to look who they played.
Yes, sir.
Neither one of them. I know Braswell. I mean, I assume, is that a new school with Denton Geyer and Denton Ryan up there?
Yes, sir.
So, but they are a good football team, and I think they finished 9-2 last year. I mean, that was last year, but they got a good quarterback, good running back, number 9, Caleb Lewis. He's their bell cow.
And last week, their quarterback, Jacob Amador, 20 of 26 passing for 250 yards last week. Captain's about to meet at midfield, going out to represent the University Trojans is junior quarterback Emilio Arachiga. And tri-captains for the Burleson Elks. Number 10 is Aiden Anderson. Number 7, Jacob Amador. Along with number 9, Caleb Lewis. And number 13, Ivor McCauley. Our officiating crew tonight is from where, Coach?
They're from the Waco chapter. Referee is Tom Downey. Umpire Richard Shackelford. Linesman is Rico Harris. Line judge is Weedy Harris. And the back judge is Justin Goulby.
All right. Rico Harris and Weedy Harris. Ken?
I would say they probably are. And I would say that Mr. Goulby is also kin to Doug.
Yeah. Weedy was a former Ridgefield Ram.
Pretty good player, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Pretty good bunch of balls.
University is diverted to the second half. Burleson has the first half option. They will receive.
University wins the toss into first. And Burleson will get the ball first, going from left to right on your radio dial. Our game time temperature after that little shower came through is 79 degrees. There is a breeze that's basically blowing across the field from the visitor side to the home side. So that crosswind is about 10 miles per hour, so it may affect the direction of the punt, but not necessarily the distance of a punt.
And incidentally, Burleson has a huge band. They have not made their way into the stadium yet, but they're down the end zone getting ready. They brought like 9 yellow buses full of them and an 18-wheeler.
Getting ready to kick off for University, Rolando Galvan. Going back deep for Burleson is number 5, Blake Mays, and number 23, Daryl Dorsey. Trojans once again coming off a victory over Austin Travis. Little different atmosphere around the school this week after the first victory in about 4 years.
Yes, it is.
And we are underway. Going to come down at the 6-yard line. Up the sideline, got some blocking and a good job of coming up off the ground and making the tackle for University by Caleb Russell. Otherwise, Daryl Dorsey had a pretty good wall set up to get down the near sideline.
Yeah, from up here you can see a big wall, and you can see Caleb Russell come in, and it really made a nice tackle because I don't think there's any doubt he might have scored if it hadn't been for that tackle.
29-yard kick return to set up Burleson at their own 35-yard line. Quarterback is Jacob Amador. Out of the pistol, he pitches it forward. That's a forward pass to number 2, Jared Austin. That's kind of a variation of that inside trap play that Johnny Tusa used to run at Jefferson Moore.
There it is right there. Of course, Burleson's coached by Gary McElroy. He's been there for many years, and he's old Charlton guy, Stephenville, Texas.
Picked up 7 yards on the play. We have second down and 3 at the Burleson 42. Lewis takes the handoff going right, looked for a cutback hole, couldn't find it, and gets around the corner and takes it into University's end of the field before Quavion Mitchell levels him. But he picked up the first down.
There's Caleb Lewis right there. He's a bell cow. Comes in tonight's game. He's had 158 yards rushing. You got to consider he didn't play all 4 quarters of both games.
Picked up 8 yards to get the first down at midfield. Amador has Lewis behind him and hands it off straight ahead. Lewis, with some good spin moves, gets almost 10 yards out of it. They'll mark him at the 41, give him 9.
There it is. Look at University Trojan having a hard time stopping Caleb Lewis, and you got to give credit to that offensive line for Burleson right now.
Offensive line starts with the center, Chandler Bogensi. Amador to pass for the first time and jumping the route. Russell almost picks it off.
Boy, he came close. He could have made that catch if they'd on his feet. He'd have been gone to the house. And by the way, their quarterback, Amador, is averaging a little over 6 yards per carry, so he can run the football, but he can also throw it.
Rest of the offensive line for Burleson at the guards are Tyler Massengale and Nick Lott. The tackles are Austin Stavely and Anthony Ward. 3rd down and 1 at the 41 of University. Lewis straight ahead running, has the first down, ducks the head and takes it up to the 35-yard line for a pickup of 6 and another first down.
Boy, some huge holes, and if Lewis keeps this up, he'll have 100 yards for the end of the first quarter, I would imagine.
Well, that helps when you got an offensive line that separates things and you find a big hole to run through. Joining the defensive line for University is junior Vernon Gilmore Jr.
Pretty good sized fellow, looks like.
Going to be right over the ball. Amador asks for the snap, fakes the handoff to Lewis, looking left, pumps a couple of times, and now he'll go down as Gilmore gets to him first.
Gilmore just went in the game, gets him the sack right off the bat. You take another look at it, you'll see Big 90 coming there, right there, a little help from a couple of his buddies from University. Also had help from Jared Estrada, I'm sorry.
First negative play in the drive brings up a 2nd and 15. Just underway here at Waco ISD Stadium. About to hit the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. Handoff goes to Lewis, a couple of juke moves, gets him across the 30, and now he's into the open. It's a foot race, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown from 40 yards away.
Boy, they sure made that look easy, and pretty much Caleb Lewis show for this first drive right there. You see a little juke move right there, broke that tackle, broke another tackle, and now he's going to the house. Nice running back.
7 plays to go 65 yards in 3 minutes and 7 seconds. Gets Burleson on the board. Edgar Zaragoza on to try the point after out of the hole to Amador. Gets it high and through the uprights. 8 minutes, 53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And Burleson is on top, 7-0, thanks to this determined run by Lewis.
Had one juke and broke 2 tackles, and there he goes. I like to watch that young man, and he's like I say, their bell cow. We'll see a lot more of him as the game progresses. But now we'll see what the University Trojan offense can do, and I assume that the junior Emilio Chica is going to be the quarterback.
He went out as one of the captains for University. In the first 2 ball games, he is 6 of 11 passing for 67 yards, but has 2 of the 4 passing touchdowns the University has in the first 2 ball games.
One of the assistant coaches for Burleson is Mike Copeland, who used to be the head coach up at Stephenville many years ago.
Okay. Going back deep for University, number 19, Ricky Walker, number 22, Lee Goss. Waiting for the kick from Zaragoza. That crossing breeze is dying down now. It's only at about 5 miles per hour. Good high end over end kick. Going to come down at the 11-yard line. Good job of breaking through the first wave and getting it up to the 26. 15-yard return for Lee Goss.
There's a good look at right there, nice return, and it's kind of refreshing to see a kicker that wears the same color shoes as everybody else.
So University gets it 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Emilio Arachica, the quarterback, has Jeremiah Stroup in the backfield with him, along with one other running back. dropping straight back to pass, looking deep down the far sideline, and caught along the sideline, and they're asking if he's in or out of bounds, and I'm not sure what the call is just yet, Coach. I say it's incomplete. Great catch, though, by Corey Sandoff.
That was a great catch, and I assume the officials a lot closer than we are. From that angle, it was hard to tell. And by the way, Sandoff was he was our offensive player of the game last week against Austin Travis. Got some good hands. They decided to go for the juggler right off the bat, didn't
Certainly did.
I tell you what, Emilio aired that out pretty good.
Certainly did. Two receivers to the right. Handoff goes to Stroop, looks for the cutback hole, and it's filled up quickly. He only got back to the line of scrimmage.
Keep a close eye on number 39 for Burleson, Carson Hollick. He is the leading tackler on this team. They say he is a good one.
This definitely is a passing down now. Joseph Azua, one of the receivers on the near side, along with Michael Lambert. Chiga checks the sideline for a change of play, rolls to his left, looking, now squares up, throws a little too high. Lambert looking for an interference call, but is not going to get it. So the Trojans go 3 and out on their first possession.
So I would assume that Burleson should come out of this with decent field position.
4th and 10 from the 26.
Remember, University in their first game out here had trouble with the punt snap. Well, I think they've most likely probably improved on that, I hope.
Back deep for Burleson is Jacob Moss, number 18. Come to Moss at the 45-yard line. He'll bring it to the left, and unable to get away from the first tackler down there to get him quickly is Gabriel Russell.
Gabriel made a shoestring tackle on that one. You'll see him coming there right there, barely tripped him up.
Got a 12-yard return. But Burleson will start in the University end of the field with 7:49 left to go in the first quarter, and Burleson owns a 7-0 lead.
He got a good horse ride it, and Caleb Lewis was their horse that first drive. I think we'll see more of him in this drive.
From the Trojan 43-yard line. Amador has Lewis beside him. He will hand it off to him, straight ahead running. Gets it inside the 40-yard line down to the 38. Gain of 5 on the play for Lewis.
Getting up off the bottom of that pile for University, DeAndre Gasha.
Pretty nice yards per carry average for Caleb Lewis right now. 5 carries for 68 yards and a TD.
That didn't look like much, but he did pick up good yardage on that first down.
2nd and 5. 2 receivers to the right. Again, Lewis straight up. They faked the hand. No, Lewis has it. Coach, I've gotten lost. Somehow number 10 got the ball. Was there a pass in there I didn't see?
Yes. Aiden Anderson on the reception. He had 10 receptions coming in a nice game. Now he's got 11. He is their go-to when they throw the football. And you see Amador right there. Thread the needle.
They get all the way down to the 4-yard line for a 34-yard pitch and catch. 1st and goal for Burleson from the University 4. Well, I took that fake up the middle and
it was a good fake.
Missed the rest of the play. Lewis looking for his second TD. Has it from 4 yards out.
Well, we're still early in this first quarter, and already it's 13-0. Most likely going to be 14-0. And University's going to have to come back. They're going to have to mount some type of drive. And the first, I think they took the air out of the sails that first play. That was a beautiful play, but it was out of bounds.
There Burleson to try the point after. Up and through, according to, he's wide to the left, excuse me. So he misses this one to the left. So with 6:29 to go in the first quarter, Burleson's lead now 13-0 after a 3-play, 43-yard drive that took 1 minute and 20 seconds. There you see Lewis getting into the end zone for his second TD. He's now got 6 carries for 72 yards.
It most likely won't be his last one, do you think?
Yeah, at least in this half.
Yeah. There's a good look at the Burleson band. They finally made their way up in the stands, and they got a huge band.
Certainly do. Again, the district opener for these two squads. Burleson next week will be up against Joshua. And that'll be a home game for the Elks, while University next week will be on the road at Cleburne.
Cleburne, Joshua, and University are picked to finish the bottom 3 of that district, so University has an opportunity, but we will not be here next week because Waco High has an open day. Then they host Midway the following week.
That should be a barn burner.
Could be.
Zaragoza with the approach to the 9-yard line. Not a whole lot of running room for Goss this time. They'll mark him up to about the 17. Just an 8-yard return for Goss. University, once again, going to be fairly deep in their own territory, starting at the 17-yard line.
University, they try to get the ball to Sandoff or Lambert, or Obi Cooper is also a good receiver.
Sandoff goes wide to the right side. Lambert wide out to the bottom of your screen, but the handoff goes to Stroop. He tries to bounce it outside, gets around the corner, now turns it upfield, and will get up to the 24-yard line. Gain of about 7 on the play for Jeremiah.
There's no doubt who the go-to man is for University. See Jeremiah Stroop right there, turn on the afterburners. Picked up about 7 or 8 yards. That was a nice run on first down.
His second carry of the night.
Oh, got a penalty. Offsides against Burleson, I believe.
Well, then we'll get 5 yards, and it'll be 1st and 5.
Offside. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
It'll be 1st and 5 from the University 22. Scratch that carry for Stroop. But he gets the football again. There he goes. Trying to get around the corner. Able to do so. And gets it up to the 30-yard line before the Elks can run him down. Gain of 8 on the play, and University picks up the first down.
That's the same play they ran previously, and Stroop did the same thing. He gets to the outside, makes a good move, and picks up the first down. So we'll see a big dose of Stroop tonight. We'll also see a big dose of Caleb Lewis for Burleson, I promise you.
Came into the game with 35 carries for 228 yards and 3 touchdowns for Jeremiah Stroop. Arachiga, handoff straight ahead, running by Stroop. Flag thrown where we normally see holding. Stroop gets about 4 yards out of it, but we'll see if it'll stand up.
I don't think so.
Holding. Offense, number 62. 10 yards from the previous spot. Remains first down.
That'll take it back to the 20, where it'll be 1st and 20. What appears to be a passing down. The Trojans have attempted only 2 passes so far. They're 0 for 2. Chiga looks to the right, nothing there, has to try to weave his way through the pocket and finally dumped. Getting into him was Jacob Hardy.
A little pump fake that time. He's going to try to hit Michael Lambert deep, but he just did not have an opportunity. And I've always said that the best pass defense is a good pass rush. We saw it right there.
All the way back to the 16-yard line, so -4 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 24. This series started at the 17-yard line, so it's already a -1 in the series. Hand off to Jeremiah. He's not going to be able to get away from number 45, Anthony Love, who grabs him by the hip pads and brings him down at the 15 for a loss of 1.
Now this is what all coaches don't want to see, is a third and a whole bunch, because this is definitely a passing situation, but will Emilio have time to throw the football? He's got some good receivers, as we've seen early on, but he's got to have time to throw it.
Handoff in the backfield to Stroop. He's got some running room. They crossed him up with a running play. At least they get some little more field position out of it, as Jeremiah gets it all the way up to the 27-yard line.
That was a nice
tackle. 12.
Nice tackle by Sam Martin that time from Burleson.
Punting situation. Orlando Galvan back to do the punting. Making the catch at the 45 on the run, and getting deep into University territory is Jacob Moss. Nice return by Moss. From the 45 down to the 30.
Galvan's got to get more hang time on those punts. That was kind of a line drive, and that's why you had such a good return. You couldn't, the University defenders didn't have a chance to get down there. I'd give it to Caleb Lewis if I'm in.
Trojans had it for 3 minutes, got 1 first down out of it, but then went backward. So Burleson now with their 3rd possession of the game. Get it with 3:19 left to go first quarter with a 13-0 lead. A pass out in the flat will get them up to the 24-yard line on the catch by Moss.
Actually, Caleb Lewis was not in on that play. Jared Austin was in and taking his place.
Get it down to the 23-yard line for a gain of 7. Brings up a 2nd down and 3 at the University 23. Amador with the handoff in the backfield goes to Jared Austin. First carry for Austin. He only gets a couple of yards out of it to the 21, brings up 3rd and 1.
You know, Jared Austin's only a sophomore, and unfortunately for the teams in this district, Caleb Lewis is only a junior.
Woo.
Huh.
Austin with the handoff, straight ahead running. He'll have the first down, and thanks to second effort, he'll get about 6 yards out of the play. That's a nice, determined run by Jared Austin.
Right now, Burleson is winning the battle of the trenches. There's no question about it. They're opening up some big, big holes.
5th first down picked up by Burleson in this first quarter. Apparently we got a penalty on the play, Coach, and it's coming back.
We have an illegal formation on the offense, 5 men in the backfield. The 5-yard penalty stays 3rd down.
So it's 3rd down and 6 from the 26. Second penalty against Burleson here in the quarter. Clock now begins to roll again. 2 minutes exactly left here in the first quarter with Burleson on top 13-0. They send 2 men wide to the near side. That'll be Aiden Anderson along with Micah Stabino. Moss, the wide receiver at the top of your screen. Fake the handoff, look for the touchdown pass across the middle, and it is complete for the 6 points to Stabino. Senior wide receiver.
You look at it right there. I tell you, I'm impressed with Amador throwing the football. Another penalty?
Apparently so. That one's coming back. We got a penalty flag back to the 30.
Offense, number 60. Penalties 10 yards from the previous spot. Remains third down.
Well, that was a break for the U-Dogs, no doubt about it. Checking in now the football game for the universities. Andrew Apodaca, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir. That's correct. Apodaca. Number 44.
Yeah.
That's him.
I knew the Andrews right.
3rd and 16 from the 36. They've had a first down and a touchdown erased by penalties. Straight drop back, plenty of time, throws across the middle. This one is complete and headed for the end zone, but falling short is Aiden Anderson, but he's down at the 1 yard line for a 35-yard pickup, and there's no flags this time.
That is his 12th reception this year, and you see Amador thread the needle, and I'll tell you, Anderson is a good receiver. Nearly got in for the touch, but not quite.
From the 1 yard line, they bring in an extra back in the backfield, number 39, Carson Halleck, who's usually on the defensive side of the ball. He comes in as a blocking back, and into the end zone is Jared Austin for his first touchdown of the night. Well, despite the penalties, it took them 4 plays to get in the end zone from 30 yards out. Take a 19-0 lead with 57 seconds left to go in the first period. On to try the point after is Zaragoza. They hand it off, though, on a fake field goal and getting it into the end zone.
Or did he? Yeah, they did. Second effort.
I believe that was actually Edgar Zaragoza that got into the end zone. I may need to see the replay, but the kicker himself scores a 2-point conversion.
That's a pretty neat little play. We haven't seen that type of play very often.
That makes it 21-0.
I don't know whether it's raining or she's just trying to keep that the sun off that young lady, but there's no sun either, so I don't know.
She just likes the umbrella.
Yeah, maybe so. It is a pretty umbrella.
2 minutes and 18 seconds for that 30-yard drive that took 4 plays and put Burleson on top by a score of 21-0.
You just wonder what's going through these players' minds. You can see some of the university crowd kind of subdued right now after last week.
Zaragoza has it teed up on the north 40. Kicking away to either Ricky Walker or Lee Goss. Goss on the far side of the field. Goss is going to take it at the 13. Looks for a hole, runs into one of his own men, and gets about 10 yards out of it up to the 23.
Well, we'll see now if U-Dog offense can get anything going. So far tonight, they have not.
Coach, I'd like to see them run that stretch play again.
Yeah, that's been their best play, hasn't it?
That Sandoff running toward the top of your screen to be the wide out on the far side. Lambert the wide out on the near side. Keep a couple of backs in the backfield for Arechica. Waiting to see if there's a change of play. No change of plan. Handoff goes to Stroop. Second effort gets him a couple of yards out of it up to the 26-yard line.
Tackle made by their main man that time, Calvin Hollick, who is their leading tackler, number 39. He is all over the field.
So 2nd down and 8. Pass in the flat, complete. Lambert, but he's hit immediately. They're only going to give him the 28-yard line, so it's just a 2-yard gain on the pass.
That's probably the last play of the quarter, Art.
University will place the 3rd down and 6 after they flip the field, as we have completed our first 12 minutes here at Waco ISD Stadium. And the Burleson Elks have jumped out on top by a score of 21-0.
Where tonight,
Let's go down to the field now
Athletic
for a
Department
special
honors
presentation.
the service of Mr. George Dupree to the Waco Independent School District. Coach Dupree began his career in Waco in 1978 as a teacher coach at University Middle School. In 1986, Coach Dupree began his administrative career as an assistant principal at University Middle School. For the next 14 years, Coach Dupree held various administrative jobs on various campuses and at central office. Coach Dupree returned to coaching as a head basketball coach at University High School in 2000 and ended his career in 2004. Please join the athletic department in honoring our newest lifetime athletic honor roll inductee, Mr. George Dupree. Congratulations, Mr. Dupree.
Class act right there, George Dupree.
He is a class act, I promise you that. He did a good job as a coach and as an administrator, and he's just a good guy.
Well-deserved honor for George Dupree.
I saw him in HEB about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, in the dairy section.
No,
Getting ice cream?
he was buying steaks. I was buying bologna. That's all I know.
Trojans face a 3rd down and 6 at their own 28-yard line as we start the second quarter. They trail 21-0. Low snap, Arechica picks it up, gets away from the rush, retreats, now needs to get rid of the football and does so. He almost completes it to his head coach on the sideline, got it past the line of scrimmage, so therefore it's not going to be grounding, and a good idea by Arechica to get rid of that ball.
The bad snap's what started it all that time. He had to do a little scrambling. So once again, the University will have to punt it away to Burleson. They hadn't been able to stop the Burleson offense so far tonight.
They have not. Galvan back to punt. Moss waiting for it just across his own 40-yard line. Good snap. Moss has to come to the near side, lets it hop, and it'll take a University roll and go inside the 15-yard line. All the way down to the 10, so this is going to be the worst field position for Burleson to start with.
I tell you what, that's the best punt by Rolando that we've seen tonight. Had good hang time, nice barrel, got a good roll.
62 yards on that punt.
Now we see if the University defense can slow down this Burleson offense.
Burleson has started at their own 35, the University 43, and the University 30, so this is their worst field position of the night. They've got 90 yards to go. Amador, the quarterback, fakes the handoff, keeps it, comes around the left side, gets about 3 yards out of it to the 13.
Take one more look at it. Good fake that time, and finally a nice tackle made by University's Andrew Apodaca.
Well, Apodaca's a bit shaken up after that play, so Jerry Williams and Chelsea Hooten, the training staff for University, coming out to take a look at him.
You know, Chelsea beat Jerry out there.
She's younger.
Yeah, they're a lot younger. I took a jigger of that apple juice before I left, just to make sure I don't that you gave me. So
Oh,
I
the
have
pickle juice
a
I
pickle
gave you?
juice, some apples, yeah.
Bob's Pickle Potion number 9.
Yeah, number 9. I never tried number 10. It's a little stronger, I think. You don't remember Love Potion number 9, don't you?
The Searchers. You know how you mix up lyrics
Yeah.
of songs? I wasn't sure if that was Love Potion number 9 or Love Potion of the Nile.
Well, first time I heard this song, it says 500 children. I thought it said 500 children. I said, boy, I got a lot of kids.
Apodaca being assisted to the sideline.
I see big number 84 out there for University. Quavian Mitchell, who's the player of the game in our first game out there. He's a good defensive player.
Certainly is. Caleb Lewis back into the backfield for Burleson. But a quick throw out in the flat is complete to Blake Myers. Myers doesn't get much of a block on the outside. Will lose back to the 13-yard line. Well, that was no gain on the play.
Good pursuit by University defense that time, led by Shelby Lee.
Brings up a 3rd down and 7.
Looky there. That little girl just as cute as a speckled puppy, isn't she?
Absolutely. Doesn't look like she got rained on either.
No.
Fake the pass and straight ahead running goes the quarterback Amador, and he'll have the 1st down out to the 23-yard line to pick up a 10 on the play for Amador.
You got a quarterback that can throw the football like Amador, and you look at him there and averaging a little over six yards per carry, so he's a dual threat back there.
They have not yet had a 3 downs and punt series. Matter of fact, they have not had to punt the football yet. 3 receivers to the left. Lewis, the lone running back. High snap brought down by Amador. Now a fumble. Quavion Mitchell's picking it up and headed for the end zone, and he'll score for the University Trojans.
Told you he's a good defensive player, didn't he?
Absolutely. First turnover of the night is points for the University Trojans.
Look at Quavion right there picking that thing up and taking it to the house. He is pumped up. That might give a little fire into these Trojans.
Sure might. Londo Galvan to try to tack on the point out of the hold of Michael Lambert. Good snap, but it's blocked, and it's picked up and headed the other way for Burleson. Lambert trying to catch number 27, Skylar Webb, but won't catch him, and it'll end up being 2 points for Burleson on the blocked extra point attempt.
That fire that the University just lit just went out a little bit. And that all started with a snap. That was a high snap, and time the holder put it down. It's too late.
Oh, the highs and lows of football. You get a turnover that turns into 6 points, but then
During the return,
unsportsmanlike
conduct, number 24 of Burleson. The pointer no good.
Really? Unsportsmanlike conduct during the run back. And the flag is way back around the 40-yard line. I don't know if we'll be able to see what it is on the replay here.
See if we do, but I don't think so. No, because it's going to be behind.
You see Lambert trying to chase him down.
He tried his best, didn't he? But I tell you what, he wasn't going to be denied that time, Skylar Webb. He was going to the house.
So they don't get the 2 points due to the penalty. Will there be any yardage stepped off for that? We'll have to wait and see. But it makes their score 21-6 as the University defense gets points on the scoreboard. They'll have to kick it away back to Burleson. That was an action-packed set there.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. It really was. So evidently they didn't mark off any yardage. They're kicking it off from the 40.
So the only penalty is not getting the 2 points.
Yep.
First time I've seen that. Caleb Lewis is back deep, along with Darrell Dorsey. As Galvan tries to get the football to rest just the way he wants it on the tee, and usually when you see a guy being that exact as putting the ball on the tee, it kind of indicates a possible onside kick.
Could be.
We'll see what happens here. Oh, he's going to kick it deep. Lewis will chase it over toward the sideline. It goes out of bounds at the 7. I don't imagine that Burleson will ask for a re-kick.
You think they'll take it to 35?
Well, let's see what Gary McElroy decides to do. Speaking with our umpire right now as to exactly what he wants done. I think he wants to re-kick it.
I do too.
Yep, we're going to get a re-kick.
We have 2 fouls on the kickoff. We have a kickoff out of bounds, and we have an illegal formation on the kicking team. We're going to, the kick out of bounds is refused. The illegal formation will be enforced from the previous spot. We'll re-kick.
What could be the illegal formation on the kickoff?
I think you have to have so many on each side of the ball.
They had 5 on each side. Is that against the rules?
Can't help you there, Coach. Not sure what happened there.
You don't see a legal formation on kickoff very often.
No. Well, this looks illegal. Everybody was on one side. But you got 5 on this side. You got 5 on that side.
What they had last time. And one in the middle, that makes 11, doesn't it?
By my math. 10 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the first half. Burleson with a 21-6 lead. This was a squib kick picked up by Lewis at the 22. Going straight up the field, he's got a hole. Pushed out of bounds at the University 40-yard line. Maybe a touchdown saving push there by Elijah Watson.
It sure was. I'll tell you what, I'm very impressed with this Caleb Lewis youngster. I really am. He's a big, strong guy with good speed. Now they set up shop once again in the University's end of the field.
Trojan 39 with 10 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock. They lead 21-6. Commodore, the quarterback, has Austin and Lewis in the backfield with him. Hand off to Lewis. Gets a block from Austin. Matter of fact, he runs right over Austin's back down to the 34-yard line for a gain of 5.
So he's checking in the University defense now is DeAndre Gasha. He's been playing most of the night, but he was out for a play or two.
Second down and 5. Handoff once again goes to Lewis. Finds a running lane over left tackle and takes it inside the 30 down to the 29 and moves the sticks.
I hate to keep harping on this, but that offensive line is really doing a yeoman duty for right now for Burleson.
Austin Stavely and Nick Lott, guard and tackle on the left side that opened the hole that time for Lewis. First and 10 at the University 29. Fake the handoff, looking to pass across the middle and just a little tall for the intended receiver, Jaden Dotson.
He was wide open that time, no question about it, but just overshot him just by probably about 3 inches. You see, University defender on that play was Caleb Russell. He had pretty decent coverage, but the receiver was open. It was just over his thumb.
Yeah, they ran that same play for a touchdown earlier that got called back due to a holding penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Aiden Anderson thought he had 6 points on the play, but a holding penalty erased it. 2nd and 10. Staying in the pocket. Once again, trying to go to Dotson. This time on the fly pattern to the near sideline, but off target.
So they've thrown on 1st down and 2nd down, so we'll see what they do on 3rd down. I'd get that rascal Caleb Lewis somehow. I don't care.
Moss comes into the lineup along with Stabino, a couple of receivers. They'll come to the near side and join Jackson Winburn as receivers on the left. Anderson, the receiver on the right side. Looking left, now dodging the charge, throws across the middle and in and out of the hands of his intended target, Moss. So 3 straight incompletions after they picked up the 1st down. See what McElroy decides to do here.
Field goal time?
I think they're in 4-down territory.
I do
myself.
too. That'd be a pretty lengthy field goal, I would think. They've thrown all 3 times, on all 3 downs of this possession.
Well, it looks like they're going to let some clock roll before they call a timeout. Well, the actual game clock is not rolling, Coach, because that was an incomplete pass.
Yeah.
So why are we waiting for the play clock to roll down?
That's a good question.
Somebody's not paying attention to both clocks.
No.
Burleson, first charge timeout of the half.
Not unless they were just trying to give their team a little bit extra rest. It's the only thing I can think of. That's the first timeout called. Burleson has had the lead since the opening possession of the game when they went 65 yards in 7 plays and scored on a 40-yard run by Caleb Lewis. That 65-yard drive took the first 3 minutes and 7 seconds of the contest. After University was 3 downs and punt on their first possession, Burleson got the ball at the University 43 and only took 3 plays to cover the 43 yards. Scoring on a 4-yard run by Lewis. That just took 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Flex cam.
That's that time. 3rd touchdown for Burleson. Came on their 3rd possession as they only had to cover 30 yards in 4 plays. Took them 2 minutes and 18 seconds simply because they had a couple of plays brought back due to penalties, but they grabbed a 21-0 lead before University got a defensive touchdown on a fumble recovery, and now there's Quavion Mitchell with the sack to put an end to it. There's also a flag thrown at the end of the play, but Quavion Mitchell is making his presence known on defense.
He certainly is. Let's see, is this holding?
Yeah, well, they'll
I'd decline it, wouldn't you?
decline that penalty.
Holding, number 55 of the offense. The penalty is declined. Ball goes over on downs. 1st down.
They put the blitz on that time, University did, and got to the quarterback, Amador.
Minus 7 yards on the sack. Ball goes over on downs to University with 8:41 left to go in the 2nd quarter. Trojans trail 21-6. University offense has sputtered mostly. I think they've only picked up 1 first down so far. Make that 2.
They're taking a lot of time on the sidelines calling in this play, so they need to get Jeremiah Stroop more involved. He's had a couple of pretty nice carries, but play clock may get him here.
Down to 4. Not everybody's set yet. 2-1 and call timeout. Rodney Smith called the timeout to make sure he didn't lose.
University, first charge timeout of the half.
Might as well use them. They don't carry over to the next game, do they?
Certainly don't.
So both teams have used a timeout in this 2nd quarter.
And University's only score came on defense. Quavion Mitchell picked up a fumble on an exchange between quarterback and running back and ran it in from about 20 yards out. The point after was blocked, picked up by Burleson, and returned for 2 points, but the 2 points were erased off the scoreboard due to a personal foul penalty on the return. So that's how we sit at 21-6 in favor of Burleson. Big hole on the right side for Stroop. He'll take it down to the 42-yard line for a gain of 6 on the play.
I just feeding him the football quite often. Because he's the kind of guy that can break it at any time. And that's a very determined run for Jeremiah right there. Finally brought down by Garrett Lake.
Lambert comes to the wide side along with Sandoff. Stroop gets the handoff, finds a little bit of wiggle room, but it's only going to get about a yard out of it before he's pushed back by a whole bunch of white shirts.
Yeah, it looked like Sam Martin led the charge that time for Burleson, but I still give it to Stroop because he's capable of picking up 8 or 10 yards just about on any play. You see right there, there's just nowhere to go.
Got to get the blocking up front. Offensive center Robert Ursua brings him up to the line of scrimmage. Pitch goes back to Stroop around the left side. He'll have the first down and get the ball into Burleson territory down to the 49-yard line, a pickup of 8 and the first down. That was a well-executed play.
First time we've seen the option play tonight from University, and I bet we may see it again before the night's over with the success they had on that one.
I think you are correct. Offense is into the Elks end of the field. 7:10 left in the second quarter. Clock rolling. Jeremiah coming to the near side, trying to turn the corner. Unable to do so. Forced out of bounds pretty much at the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're going to mark him for a 1-yard gain to the 48.
Ivor McCauley that time showed a little speed himself because Stroop has excellent speed. McCauley came over and cut him off at the pass. There's the principal of Waco High, Ricky Edison.
Ricky was a student at University High School.
Back in the day, right?
Yes, sir. Very proud to be the principal now at University. Chica was going to air it out, but about the time he was winding up, Garrett Lake was in his face mask.
Now, where he came from, I don't know, but nobody even touched Garrett Lake that time. And I'm sure that Archie want to know anybody get to the license number on that truck because he came in strong.
Lost 7 on the play, brings up 3rd and 16 back at the University 45. That definitely is a passing down. Lambert wide to the far side. New running back in the game. Lee Goss in the backfield. Looking to block, a throw down the middle and nobody home. Not sure exactly who that was intended for. The closest Trojan was Corey Sandoff, but I think he was going on more of a post pattern than a cross pattern. That pass looked like it was going for a crossing receiver.
There's good lucky coach Rodney Smith, 2nd year as a head man at University High School. Had really good success as a basketball coach over at University and was one heck of an athlete himself.
Galvan back to punt. Moss waits at his 20-yard line for the punt. Good snap. Moss comes up and catches it on the run at the 33 and will take it all the way up to the 47 for about a 15-yard return.
Roughing the kicker, I think.
There's a flag in the backfield. Let's see what Tom Downey has to say about it.
We have blocking below the waist, number 16 of the kicking team. The penalty will be assessed from the end of the run. It'll be first down.
I don't get the water up from the kicker.
No, goes the other way. 5 minutes and 37 seconds left to go in the first half. Burleson with a 21-6 lead. They're going to get the football in the University's end of the field.
Caleb Russell came off limping just a little bit for University, so Jerry Williams is taking a look at him.
At the 38-yard line. Amador has Caleb Lewis behind him and hands it off to Lewis. Lewis is hit in the backfield and can't recover. Somebody got a hand on him real quick. I believe that first hand on him was from Shelby Lee. Just kind of knocked him off his pins. Couldn't move from there.
I believe that's the first time tonight we've seen him sack Caleb Lewis in the backfield, isn't it?
Yeah, loses 2 yards, brings up second down and 12. Lewis takes the handoff, slides a couple of would-be tacklers, stays on his feet, shows good balance to get it inside the 30, down to about the 27. Gain of about 13 on that play.
Finally brought down by Desmond Watson, who is a playmaker for University. He plays defensive back, does a good job. You take another look at it, you'll see old Desmond come in and corral him right there.
Mark it at the 27-yard line. Pick up a 13 in the first down. Keeps the ball in Burleson's possession. Straight ahead running by Lewis this time. Runs smack dab into Amari Gibson when he gets near the 20-yard line. They kind of have a standoff after that. They're going to give him progress to the 21 for a gain of 6.
You can see on that play right there that he is a tough cookie. He's hard to bring down. It took several Trojans to finally get him under control.
Amari Gibson stood him up. That was kind of a standoff after that. 2nd and 4. Fake, and now a rollout. Pass is complete to the 15-yard line, and Moss is slung out of bounds at the 14. Gain of 7.
That was Jaden Sanders. It slung him out of bounds that time, and once again they got plenty of time left the clock, a little bit over close to 4 minutes left before halftime, so they'd like to get another score on the board if they can.
7-yard pickup on the pass play. First down from the 14 of University. And a timeout called
University
by the Trojans.
Second charge timeout of the half.
Remember, coming up to halftime, we have the performance of the University High School Band and the Highlighters. They always put on a good show. Archie Haddon IV is the band director. I remember there was Archie Haddon before him, and before him.
And all of them were the band directors at University?
I think so. I don't know. I know Archie Haddon was.
Yeah. Now is that kind of like the King of England, where you just, the
Yes,
family
yes.
just...
You inherit it, yeah.
Yeah, it's a regal thing.
Yeah. You get the baton or whatever they call that thing.
Is it a baton or a scepter?
Remember, University will be on the road next week at Cleburne, who plays in the same stadium that I played in back in the late 50s. That old Rock Stadium.
Yeah, it was built by the Civilian Conservation Corps back in the 30s.
Still has natural grass, and I assume they've got different lights than they used to have. I hope they do.
Well, back then they just pulled the cars up and, on the sidelines and turned on the headlights.
Yeah.
First and 10 at the 14. Elks looking to get one more score before halftime, going to the end zone. And it is, was this whistle dead before it ever got started?
I think it probably was.
I think there was
Tom will tell us what's going on, I hope.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Brings up 2nd and 15, back at the 19.
Our crew is always doing a good job tonight, and later on in the second half we'll try to acknowledge these guys and gals.
Amador looking over to the sideline. Get the play from the offensive coaching staff.
They better get it pretty quick.
6 seconds left on the play clock. 2, 1, and now timeout called by Burleson. Well, just too long to decide.
Burleson, second charge timeout of the half.
We see that at least 3 or 4 times a game. There's still something to be said to getting in the huddle and calling it play. That's just, I'm old school again.
There was a timeout just before to call the play, Coach.
Yeah. All these hand signals and holding up pictures of Opie and all that stuff. I don't understand.
Opie?
Well, yeah, I saw that the other night on the college game.
Did you?
Yeah, they hold up all kinds of big pictures, and Opie's one of them. I don't know what that meant.
It meant something to that football
yeah,
team.
it did. All it meant to me was Andy Griffith's show. That's all.
Did you start whistling?
Yeah. You ever watch that show? That's a good show.
I can't whistle and smile at the same time. Tough to do.
All right, here we go. Let's see if we get this play underway.
2nd and 15 from the 19. Well, now we're going to get another penalty for too many men on the field or substitution. You know, you had number 2 run off the field. They had too many men out there. Looking to pass, cross the middle. Little short, but it's complete for the 6 points to Moss. No, don't let these guys get a penalty from, about 19, 20 yards out, because they'll just come back and score after that.
Yeah, they will. That was a nice pass that time by Amador. He pretty much threaded the needle, so that puts the Elks up 27-6 with extra points still to come.
Just had to go 38 yards and covered it in 5 plays. Zaragoza to try the extra point. This time he's good. 3 minutes and 49 seconds left to go in the first half. And the lead for Burleson now is 28-6 thanks to this pass from Amador to Moss.
I don't know if you noticed Zaragoza on his extra points. He raises his non-kicking leg up before he kicks. I had never seen anybody do that.
It was a little different.
Well, Trojans got time to get the ball. If they can get a good kickoff return here and try to get down and get some points on the board before halftime.
Took them 2 minutes and 8 seconds to cover that 38 yards in the 5 plays on that drive. I think the only time that Burleson has not scored at the end of a possession, well, the one that they fumbled away and then they had a sack on 4th down. I don't think they've punted yet tonight.
No, they haven't. I'll go back to when we played up at Cleveland. They had 2 linebackers. You probably heard of them. One of them was Pat Culpepper. Another was David McWilliams. Let me tell you, they were pretty good.
Well, when I was in high school and we played Cleveland, they had a couple of guys called the Sarche brothers, Barry and Freddie.
Yep.
Another fellow by the name of David Lockett.
Yeah.
He was a pretty good little ball player. I believe one of the Sarche brothers is now either the principal or superintendent of Cleveland schools.
Now, is that a legal formation, you think, on this kickoff? They got 5 on each side.
I don't see a flag, so it must be okay. From the 16-yard line, quickly spilled is Lee Goss. Only gets about 6 yards out of it to the 22, where University will have 3 minutes and 43 seconds for their offense to try to put points on the board. Their defense put the only 6 on the board.
Yeah, I know that Archiga is the man tonight, but they have a sophomore on this team, a quarterback named Sean Moody, that they're really, really high on. He just needs experience.
From the 23-yard line, Archiga has to handle a low snap, pitches it out in the flat to Stroop. Stroop is going to lose a yard back to the 22-yard line.
Clock continues to run after this next play. It'll be under 3 minutes left in the half, and that was close to a late hit right there. Very close.
Yes, sir.
Real close.
2nd and 11. 3 receivers to the right. Chica had to handle a low snap. Overthrows his target. I believe that was intended for Joseph Azua, his tight end.
People just don't realize when you have a snap, it's too low or too high, it can mess up the entire timing of the play.
And it's a lot about timing, especially in the spread offense.
The clock is stopped on that incomplete pass. 3:05 left. The University certainly like to pick up a first down if at all possible. It's going to be tough.
3rd and 11, straight drop back from the backside. Arechica's hit, and the ball is tipped around and intercepted. Getting the tip drill pass interception is J.C. Mueller, a senior linebacker. And now they're going to throw a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, I believe, on Corey Sandoff as he unceremoniously threw Mueller to the turf. This is not the NFL. You can't get up and run. You see on the replay that it looks like Mueller's about to get up and run. And that's when Sandoff decides to take matters into his own hands.
Now Rodney Smith's out there talking to officials, but doesn't seem to be
The
doing
pass
nothing.
is incomplete. After the play, personal foul on the offense. Penalty would be half the distance. Be 4th down.
So they say the pass was incomplete. I didn't see it hit the ground, Coach, but that's the ruling. But you get a personal foul on the play, and Rodney Smith is giving Weedy Harris a earful.
Yes, he is. Boy, they need a good snap here, I think, because they're in jeopardy of getting a safety if they don't.
So they get Lawson down.
Rodney
Now
wants a
Rodney
time.
Smith wants a timeout, and I don't blame him.
He's hot as a pistol right now.
Timeout.
I don't know if this is for his players to
University,
cool off or for him to cool
Their
down
third
a
and
little
final
bit.
timeout.
All I know is Weedy Harris is. I wish I was on the other side.
So it was an incomplete pass, but a personal foul called against University. And Rodney Smith still hasn't gotten everything said that he wants said to the officiating crew, but they're out at the hash marks.
They got away from him, didn't they?
Absolutely. Which is probably good for Rodney.
You bet, it is, yeah.
Let him cool down a little bit. Use some of that fire to get your football team fired up.
Need to have a good snap here, and really needs to have a good punt. Rolando needs to get off like another one of those 62-yarders or whatever it was earlier.
So they take it back to the 11-yard line. It's basically an 11-yard penalty, half the distance. Moss waits for it at the University 43-yard line. Oh, and it's a bad punt. Comes off the side of his foot. Will take a University roll, though. Stay in bounds and finally go out at the 48-yard line. So what looked like it was going to be disaster for the Trojans, they got a little extra help from the turf.
But that gives Burleson plenty of time to get on the board, and they still unofficially have one timeout remaining and 2:45 left for the half. So they certainly have time with this offense with Amador back there leading the way at quarterback. Chad Lewis, of course, Carson Halleck is on defense, but Ryan Anderson's had a good night tonight catching the football. Number 10.
Austin and Lewis in the backfield looking to pass, though, on the flare off to the right side. It is complete as Micah Stabino makes the reception and gets it up to the 41 for a 7-yard gain.
I know the Trojans want that clock to run.
It is running. with 2:15 left to go. Handoff goes to Lewis. Wavion Mitchell wraps him up and stops him after about a 2-yard gain to the 39. I wouldn't run to the side where 84 is standing.
No, I wouldn't either. He's probably the best defensive player University's had, at least in the first 3 games he has been. You see old Mitchell just bulldogging him. He's getting ready for that hard Texas rodeo again.
There you go. 3rd down and 1. University 39-yard line. Amador with the pitch forward, and only because of the spin move is Austin able to pick up the first down. Second time we've seen that inside pitch to Austin.
Yeah, right there he stopped, a little spin move enabled him to pick up the first down. I believe, I guess they're going to measure. I don't know. Yeah, they're going to bring the changes across.
That's unusual. We haven't seen a measurement, what, the last 3 years?
No, it's been a while. I'm glad, because I was running out of money buying those hot dogs.
I haven't seen one in so long, I don't think I even want to hazard a guess.
I think he's a little short, maybe.
It appears that way. There's a couple of more links of chain there that they have to get. So it's basically no gain on the play. Brings up a 4th and 1 at the University. We'll call it the 39-yard line. Basically, they just need to get on the other side of the 38.
Oh, Rodney's still on Harris down there. He's on him pretty. I don't think there's any question they're going for this, do you?
No, they're in 4-down territory. No need to punt here.
Clock is slowly but surely becoming a factor as it is running as we speak.
Got 80 seconds to go here in the first half. Burleson with a 28-6 lead. They'll stack 3 receivers to the right of the formation. What do you bet they give it to number 9?
That'd be a good choice.
Nope, they're just going to follow number 9's block and get the first down. As Amador is finally knocked to the ground after he gets to the 34-yard line, but to pick up a 5 and a first down.
That will stop the clock till they set the chains, and now they're winding it up. Remember, Burleson still has 1 timeout remaining. I bet they go for the juggler right here.
Got 4 receivers on the left this time. They've targeted Jaden Dotson a couple of times. He gets targeted this time, but it's overthrown. Incomplete.
Amari Gibson made the hit. It nearly was a late hit, but it was not.
Well, they've tried to get the ball to Dotson about 3 times, and each time it's just been off target. A little too tall for him. Clock stopped with 35 seconds to go in the second quarter.
I tried to get number 10 myself, that Anderson kid. He's already had a couple of touchdowns tonight.
Two receivers to each side, Moss and Anderson at the top of your screen. The snap is all the way over the quarterback's head, and he falls on the football all the way back at the Burleson 45-yard line. We see it at least once a game, don't we, Coach?
Yep. Whether or not they'll try to run out this clock, who knows? Because it's ticking pretty good, and I don't see them calling timeouts. I think they're going to run it out. Go to the dressing room with the.
They lost 20 yards on that snap. And the clock will roll, and that's going to be the final play of our first half of action. So after our first 24 minutes, the teams head to the locker room with Burleson on top of the University Trojans by a score of 28-6.
Hi, I am Reagan Thomas, and I'm with Mr. Dupree. So, could you tell me about the award you were awarded tonight?
Tonight we had I was called and honored for the amount of service that I have performed with WISD, and I have put 30 years in education, and as a result of that, that's what they honored me for this afternoon. Yeah.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much.
I was told that you were once a coach at university. How does it feel to be back?
That was many years ago, let me tell you. But the thing is that once you coach, you pretty much know what's going on. You might not know the internal mechanics of everything that's taking place, but you know the overall game, and it's a pleasure to be back with guys that I know and everything, to be on the sidelines with them. Yeah.
Thank you once again for letting me do this.
All right, Megan. All right, Reagan. All right.
Leadership for the Highlighters is Captain Miss Naomi McCullough, Co-Captain Miss Chloe Greggs, First Lieutenant Miss Brisa Dominguez, and Highlighter of the Week is Miss Giselle Aguilar. Tonight, the Highlighters will be performing to the old school original, Johnny Be Good. Ladies and gentlemen, your University High Step and Highlighters, coached by Miss Christina Ellis and Miss Alex Cantley. And now entering the field to entertain you for the rest of halftime, your University High School Mighty Trojan Marching Band. The Mighty Trojan Band is under the direction of Mr. Archie Lee Haddon IV, Mr. Arthur Torres, and Mr. Justin Lindsay. Your drum majors for this year are Senior Drum Major Logan Collins and Assistant Drum Majors Willie Padilla and Daniela Suarez. This week's Most Outstanding Freshman is Amani Suarez, Sophomore Julian Rodriguez, Junior David Mondragon, Senior Jonathan Saldana, and Section of the Week is the Flute Section. The Mighty Trojan Band will be performing movements 1 and 2 of our 2018 marching show, Cirque du Soleil's Ka. Now get on your feet and cheers. The band performs the University High School fight song.
Hope you enjoyed our halftime activities. The two teams about to re-enter the field for our second half as University trails Burleson by a score of 28-6 at the half. The 6 points on the board for University came from the defensive side of the ball as Quavion Mitchell returned a fumble about 20 yards to get into the end zone. And the halftime statistics pretty much show that University's offense has not had much luck tonight as they've run 19 offensive plays for just 27 total yards. Most of that on the ground, especially by Jeremiah Stroop, who has 36 yards on 10 carries. Their passing is just 1 of 7 for 2 yards, while Burleson has run 35 offensive plays for 176 yards. Through the air, they are 9 of 14 passing for 116 yards. Their leading rusher in the first half is Caleb Lewis, 71 yards on 12 carries and a couple of touchdowns. Emilio Arechiga, 1 of 7 passing for just 2 yards for University. For Burleson, Jacob Amador, 9 of 14 passing for 116 yards. He has spread the ball around quite a bit. Jacob Moss has been his favorite receiver. 3 catches for 33 yards. Aiden Anderson has caught 2 for the most yardage of 69 yards. Jared Austin with 2 catches for 7, and Blake Myers and Micah Stabino each have caught a pass. Stabino's for 7 yards. Blake Myers wins for no yards. Michael Lambert has caught the only pass for University. That's 1 catch for just 2 yards. Coach, they got to get the passing game going for the second half for the University Trojans.
Yeah, they do, and you know what? And they're just outmanned up front. There's nothing you can do about that. The other team's bigger and stronger than you. You're going to get blown out right now. That's what had they opened some huge holes. Caleb Lewis doesn't need a real big hole, but he's getting it.
We'll see how much of Caleb Lewis we'll see in the second half, as he has definitely been the bell cow for them in the first half. Underway, pop-up kick, going to come down at the 15-yard line. Finding a little running room around the near side, but then finally knocked off his feet is Ricky Walker. And they're going to mark him down at the 15-yard line. So University once again kind of pinned up against their own end zone, starting from their own 15. An offensive line for the University Trojans includes the center, Robert Urcia, number 75, Francisco Casio, and Zephaniah Johnson are the guards. The tackles are Estevan Trio and Ruben De Los Rios. Handoff goes to Jeremiah Stroop, trying to turn the corner. Able to get the corner, then has to fight his way up to the 20-yard line. They may even take his forward progress to the 21 and to pick up a 6 on the play for Stroop.
There's another look at Jeremiah. That's the 3rd time they run that same play tonight, and every time they've made plus yardage. So we may see them. It is always to the left side for whatever reason.
Just got to keep hammering away, as Leroy Coleman used to say, keep pounding that rock. Fake the handoff. Arechiga keeps the ball this time with a good fake. He'll get all the way out to the 41-yard line, a 20-yard pickup for Emilio Arechiga.
That was an excellent fake that time. You said he faked it to Stroop, and you'll see right there, that was a nice run.
Just the 3rd first down of the game for University, as they only had 2 in the first half. From the 41-yard line, Stroop takes the handoff, trying to get around the right side, unable to do so. He's going to be dropped for a loss back to the 39.
That's funny, that play works going to the left, but it has not worked going to the right. That's all I can tell you. I don't really understand the difference, but I'm sure there's something different about it.
I have a theory.
It's here.
Most offenses are right-handed, so therefore defenses put their strongest players on the left side of the defense. Just a theory.
That's a theory.
2nd down and 12. Hand off to Stroop, trying to find the middle, and there's very little there as he is stood up in the middle by Carson Halleck, a junior linebacker.
That's why Carson Halleck is their leading tackler. You see right there, he filled that hole and made himself known.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and 12 from the 39. University has picked up one first down in this drive that started at the 15, but they've had trouble getting their offense to the Burleson side of the 50. Arachiga takes the snap, looking to pass down the near sideline, and it is incomplete, knocked away at the last moment by Jared Johnson, the safety.
That ball intended for Michael Lambert, but he was very, very well covered, no question about it.
Holding, number 62 of the offense. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Well, it would have come back if it had been completed, but now it's going to be punting down for University. There's Rolando Galvin in to do the punting.
We've seen Rolando get off really one good punt tonight, really good punt. So maybe he can duplicate that here.
Moss waits for it at his 30-yard line. Good snap. An end-over-end job that's going to take a big bounce. Moss gets away from it, and it's killed at the 30-yard line. Down there is Eduardo Alfaro to stop the ball. Excuse me, that's 31, not 30. That's Ruben Barrientos down there to stop it.
So once again, here comes that potent Burleson offense led by their quarterback, Jacob Amador, running back, Caleb Lewis.
University kept the ball for 2 minutes and 38 seconds to start the 3rd quarter. Got a first down, but no points after that. And Burleson takes over at their own 30-yard line. Jacob Amador, the quarterback. As Jared Austin in the backfield with him. Will look to throw, going down the far sideline. It's going to be knocked away. It was almost picked off. There trying to take it in was Desmond Watson, but the wide receiver knocked it out of his hands as Anderson wouldn't let that be an interception.
There was not a flag on that play, was it? Or is it?
Penalty.
Yeah.
Remains 1st down.
Whatever it was, I guess it's offside against University.
They had 2 youngsters that jumped off sides. I think the Amador might have changed the snap count a little bit back there.
So it's 1st and 5 from the 35 now. Hands it off to Jared Austin. Austin bounces around the right side, gets out of the grasp of Watson, and goes deep into University territory before finally being knocked out of bounds at the 26.
I tell you, Jaden Sanders might have saved a touchdown right here. You see number 8 coming to your screen right there. Made a nice tackle on Jared Austin, who's a pretty good running back himself. That's pretty good tandem, he and Lewis back there.
39-yard pickup for Jared Austin. Brings the first down for Burleson in University territory. Austin just 3 carries now for 42 yards and a touchdown in the game. He's in the backfield, takes the handoff straight ahead running, and he's headed for pay dirt. He'll go in from 26 yards out, and Burleson adds to their halftime lead. It's now 34-6 with a try for point to come. Big hole over the left side there, Coach.
I believe you could have driven I don't know about 18-wheeler, but you could sure got a pick-em-up truck through there. Can you imagine that? Oh, Austin only a sophomore, Lewis only a junior, and both those young men will be back next year for Burleson.
Burleson lines up in the swinging gate, but now goes into normal extra point formation. As Edgar Zaragoza on to try to tack on that extra point. And it is good. 8:55 to go 3rd quarter. Burleson has increased its lead to 35-6 thanks to this 39-yard touchdown run by Jared Austin. I'll make that 26-yard, excuse me.
They weren't going to catch old Jared that time. Good speed. You wonder right now what maybe is going through these University Trojan players' mind. You know, they came off that big win to snap that streak last week, and Now they're saying, uh-oh, maybe here we go again.
Only took them 27 seconds, Coach, to cover 70 yards in 2 plays. And all of that by Austin.
Well, you got to just keep plugging if you're University and try to get a little momentum going offensively. Like I say, the only touchdown they've had tonight came from the defensive side.
Quavion Mitchell's been just about the only bright spot for University tonight on the defensive side of the ball as he picked up that fumble and rambled into the end zone, and also made several good plays from his defensive end / linebacker position. Zaragoza has it at the South 40. A pop-up kick that's going to come down at the 26-yard line, and the receiver is run into from the backside by one of his own players. And down right there is Ruben Barrientos.
That's one of those kickoffs most likely should call a fair catch, I would imagine. That'd probably be the safest thing to do.
We'll get it at the 29-yard line. Second possession for the Trojans here in the second half. Trying to get some offense going. Three receivers to the near side. Arachika looks that way. Completes the pass quickly in the flat to Felix Resendez, but Resendez is going to lose yardage back to the 26. -3 on the play.
I don't think that play fooled anybody. In fact, I know it didn't. And Jackson Shaw right there was, as soon as the Resendez caught the football, he was on it.
Ursua, Casio, Johnson, Trio, De Los Rios up front, providing the blocking for Jeremiah Stroop as he comes around the right side and will only get it back to the 28-yard line. A pickup of 2 on the play for Jeremiah.
I think I'd keep running that same play to the left side because they've had good success with it, and they've certainly not had any success coming to the right.
So it's 3rd down and 11. Lambert is wide to the far side with Obi Cooper in the slot that way. Arachika looking that way, going for Cooper across the middle, and Obi drops the football. Got double teamed real quick as soon as the ball got there.
Yeah, well, Obi's feeling that one too. He got hit pretty good. If that ball most likely should have been caught, you know you're going to get hit when you catch it going across the middle like that.
Jared Johnson, the safety, is the guy who jarred it loose, and it jarred Johnson a little bit as well.
Obi's going to come out, and you see probably some stars right now.
So Jacob Moss, the senior, once again will go deep, waiting for the punt from Galvan.
Need another man out there for University. And they're going to get a penalty unless they call timeout. The play clock ran out.
Nobody threw a flag, though. Moss has it at the 39. Bobs and weaves his way up the middle of the field, has one man to beat. Thank goodness for the kicker slowing him down in the pursuit, catching him up, or otherwise he is going to the house.
Justin Goolsby's the back judge. He's the one that should have thrown his flag because that thing, the clock ran out on him. He's the guy responsible for doing that. But anyway.
He's not a clock watcher.
He better be.
At least he's supposed to be on this job, huh?
Yep.
University held on to it for just 53 seconds. Or maybe it was a minute 53. Let's give him a minute 53 on that.
That'll be fine with me.
Once again, Burleson in the University end of the field at the 37. And Jared Austin gets it all the way down to the 31 for a 6-yard pickup.
I'd certainly like to be able to acknowledge our crew tonight, but I don't have a list of them, so I may not do it. It changes from week to week, as you well know.
It does, yes. Quick pass in the flat, and a great job of blowing that one up by Desmond Watson. Boy, he got in there in a hurry, didn't he, Coach?
Yes, he did. Desmond's a good football player. He's a playmaker for this defensive team, no question about it.
Completed it to Stabino, but Stabino's going to lose yards back to the 34-yard line. That pass goes for -3. Brings a 3rd and 7. Long look over to the sideline for the play. Now Jacob Amador gives the play to his offensive line. Has Jared Austin in the backfield with him. Austin takes the handoff with a spin move, trying to get extra yards and digs his heels in to get at least across the 30 to maybe the 29 to pick up a 5 on the play, but it's going to bring up 4th and 2. And this is 4-down territory, Coach.
Yeah, they got a lot of options here, but they go with fine running back. They got 2 fine running backs. They can go to Austin, or you might even see quarterback throwing the football.
Caleb Lewis has carried the ball 12 times for 71 yards. Jared Austin just 6 times for 79 yards. 4th and 2. Straight ahead running is Amador. He gets a block from Austin, and he's headed for the end zone, and he will be into the end zone for the touchdown. 29-yard touchdown run for Jacob Amador. And Burleson is on the board again.
There's a good look at Amador, and went in. Watson then had a chance at him, but he couldn't quite get him before he got to the end zone. So I'm impressed with this Burleson football team. They got a lot of weapons.
Certainly do. Go 37 yards in just 4 plays. Took 2:08. Zaragoza try the point. And good with it. 5:21 left to go. 3rd quarter. Burleson's lead now 42-6. This University's offense is struggling against the Burleson defense.
Look at the touchdown. You see the score and the time on your screen. So we still got a lot of time left. We're still in the 3rd quarter. If you're University, you just got to pretty much stick to your game plan. You can't just air it out every time. So, Jeremiah Stoops has had good success running the sweep to the left side.
Five minutes, 21 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter.
You're on TV.
We started this game kind of cooled off at 79 degrees thanks to a brief shower that rolled through during warm-ups. Hadn't cooled off much since then. 75 degrees right now.
I guess we're getting the remnants of that hurricane, right? I guess that's what that is.
Well, there was a tropical storm or a tropical depression in the Gulf of Mexico that was sending stuff this way. Fair catch called for this time by Barrientos. And because he caught it at the 24, a fair catch inside the 25 brings it to the 25, right, Coach?
That's correct.
So they'll mark it at the 25-yard line.
We hadn't seen that much this year, as much as I thought we would.
Elio Arachica, junior quarterback, has Jeremiah Stroop in the backfield with him. Somebody jumped offside. Don't know if he was coaxed off or not.
Offside. Defense, number 45. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
Senior nose guard Anthony Love trying to get a quick start there. Takes it out to the 30 where it's 1st and 5. Fairly penalty-free ball game. Just the 4th time that they've been penalized for all of that, 5th time for 30 yards. So 1st and 5 for University. Archika to pass, airs it out, going for Obi Cooper, and it's almost intercepted through the hands of a defender. Isaiah McLaughlin back there, a senior cornerback, had a hand on it.
You see Archika that time, and that's about the third time they tried to go for the home run. That time intended for Cooper, but also about 5 yards from Cooper was Lambert, so they don't know whether both of them are supposed to be in the same vicinity or not.
That does not run much clock. That play only took 7 seconds. Brings up a 2nd down and 5. Jeremiah with the handoff, trying to get around the corner. Good job staying home by Jackson Shaha to make sure he not able to turn the corner.
Take another look at it. Jeremiah Subis has not been able to get it untracked running that sweep to the right side.
Moss is back to the 27, -3. Brings up 3rd and 8 at the University 27. Archika keeping the ball. Looked like he was like that was an option, but somebody took the option away from him. That's Kayan Johnson, who took the pitch man and forced Archika to carry the ball, and he gets it out to the 31-yard line for a 4-yard pickup, but that's it. It's going to be 4th and 4.
Finally run out of bounds by Calvin Williams, and we've seen him run that option once before tonight to the other side. The most success has been to their left side, but that time the option didn't work quite as well as they anticipated.
Calvin on the punt once again. Moss waits at his 37-yard line. He's got a workout tonight. Low snap, but Galvan's able to handle it and get off a nice punt all the way to the 33-yard line. 3 Trojans overrun it, and finally down there to bring him down is Edgar Almanza. He spins him around and throws him to the turf.
At what point in the game do you think Coach McElroy might put in his second teamer?
Start of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
The University had the ball for just 1 minute and 4 seconds on that possession. And Burleson will take over at their own 47-yard line, out front by a score of 42-6. Again, the only 6 points on the board for University came from their defense on a fumble that was recovered by Quavion Mitchell and returned 20 yards for the touchdown. Handoff goes to Jared Austin. Austin gets around the right side, and we do have a new quarterback in the game. Coach is Blake Myers has taken over at quarterback.
And that's a weird play. Blake that time just kind of stood up and gave the ball to Austin, and so I guess he's getting Blake Myers a little bit experience. He's a junior, so most likely he'll be the heir apparent to this job next year.
2nd and 7 after the 3-yard gain for Austin. And now Coach McElroy and his offensive staff may take a little bit longer between plays just to run some play clock. Myers going to follow the block of Austin this time. Has some running room, does a good job of using his block before he's finally brought down after he crosses the 40-yard line to the 39, and it's Quavion Mitchell who comes all the way from the right side of the defense to the left side to make the tackle on the play.
If Mitchell hadn't already been our defensive player of the game, he would certainly be in line for it again this week, but he's already been it, so try not to duplicate.
Good run, automatic 1st down.
Also add an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty to the play. I'm not sure who that's against or what. Discussion going on the sideline between Sebastian Evans and head coach Rodney Smith, so I'm going to guess that's who the finger was pointed at.
I've been a little frustration setting in now for the Trojans.
There's a 10-yard pickup for Myers on that play. Now they're all the way down to the 24. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Jared Austin. He'll take it down to the 19 for 5 yards.
Another look at it right there. Finally tackle made by Edgar Alamanza. along with a host of Trojans.
Trying to look and see if I got some new numbers on the offensive line for Burleson. I got Austin Stavely still in there, and Harlan Perkins has now come into one of the guard positions. Handoff goes to Austin, and Austin spins his way down to the 14. Another 5-yard pickup. That's going to be real close to the first down.
Well, Jared Austin's been a workhorse tonight for them. I mean, I know Caleb Lewis has done a good job, but I tell you, I'm impressed as Austin youngster. I really am.
Got 4 yards. Going to be 3rd down and 1. It's just inside the 15. For Jared Austin, his 8th carry of the night for 88 yards. That's an 11 yards per carry average, Coach. That ain't too bad.
No, not bad at all.
He's also got a couple of touchdowns. He's the running back behind Myers. Gets the handoff. Shoots it back to the left side thanks to the way his offensive line was blocking, and will pick up the first down to the 12-yard line. And pick up a 3 on that play by Jared Austin.
Looks like Coach McElroy is pretty much satisfied now to keep the ball on the ground, keep the clock running. He's got a very comfortable lead now, 42-6. As this third quarter is winding down.
Jacob Amador, 10 of 15 passing tonight for 113 yards and a touchdown. But it's now left the game in favor of the backup Blake Myers. 1st and 10 from the 12. Late arrival to the University defense. That late arrival got in on the tackle as Austin gets up to the 11-yard line. That was Elijah Watson who got there late, but got in on the tackle.
Good look to the University defense. They're kind of boring their necks right now, but Burleson's keeping it pretty simple, trying to run off tackle, run some clock. And we're less than 55 seconds left in the third quarter.
Play clock down to 12, and they still haven't signaled in the play. Now they start signaling in the play. Myers looking to pass in the near corner, and it's in and out of the hands of Jaden Dotson. They have targeted him all night and not been able to complete one to him yet.
And I'm a little bit surprised they opted to throw the football under the circumstances right now, but they did.
28 seconds with the clock stopped here in the third quarter. Myers waits for the snap. 4 seconds on the play clock. He keeps the ball on the zone read. Gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Just a 2-yard gain for Myers on that keeper.
That was a nice tackle that time on the University by, I believe that might have been Michael Lambert. I couldn't tell for sure. That's the end of the quarter.
So at the end of the third quarter, our score is Burleson 42 and University 6. After 3 periods, Burleson now 48 offensive plays for 303 yards. University on offense, 30 snaps for just 52 yards. Coach, that's not even 2 yards a snap.
No, it's been a real good night offensively for the Trojans.
Jeremiah Stroop has carried the ball 15 times for 38 yards. He's the only running back that has carried the football. Emilio Arachica from the quarterback spot does have one 20-yard gainer on an option play, but he's also had a couple of losing plays, 4 carries for just 13 yards. Burleson's leading rusher is Jared Austin. 92 yards on 10 carries. Caleb Lewis, who started the game, has carried 12 times for just 71 yards. So he's getting a little bit of a rest now, and the backup's getting some playing time.
Good little chicken dance action going on. That little gal's got it going on now, chicken dance.
You teach her how to do that?
No, yeah, I worked with her a little bit before the game. She picked up on it pretty quick.
That is how you make money on the side nowadays, is teaching the chicken dance.
Yes, that and the shoutish.
Now that's something I have not learned. We're going to have a field goal attempt here of 27 yards by Zaragoza. It is on its way. It's long enough, and he has the accuracy. So 27-yard field goal from Zaragoza on the first play of the fourth quarter extends the Burleson lead to 45-6.
It's just a matter of how many now, and I'm sure the Burleson will pull the ranks back just a little bit. They know this game pretty much. They've got it in hand, and if you university, like I say, you got to just keep chopping the wood or pounding the rock or whatever you do, and trying to improve each and every snap, because you still got a lot of football games left to be played. And I'm telling you, I'm very impressed with Burleson. I think they may make a run at Lido for this district championship. I really do.
Certainly could. 9 plays to go 44 yards in 4 minutes and 23 seconds to get the 27-yard field goal by Zaragoza.
Speaking of Lido, they're always up there, aren't they, Laura?
Yes, sir. Lido on the west side of Fort Worth has been a force to be reckoned with for about 10 to 12 years now.
Yep.
Resenda is going to take the kickoff. Goes over his head. He'll pick it up at the 4-yard line and will bring it out to the 15. Okay, if you let the ball bounce and call for a fair catch, do you still get it to the 25?
No.
I'm just asking.
No.
So if the ball bounces, you got to run it.
Yeah, you can't get no big hops, don't count.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure about that. That's why you're here, Coach, to ask you those questions.
That's right. All right. Here we go again. We see Archica's going to bring his bunch out and see what they can get going. I'd like to see him run that sweep to this side to Jeremiah Stroop one time this fourth quarter.
Well, they may need one more player on the field. Nobi Cooper puts his helmet on and gets out there. And they're coming to this side. Jeremiah gets swallowed up before he can get much anywhere.
Okay, I don't see it anymore. That's all I need to see. That's the first time not they've run to this side that they hadn't made positive yardage, 6 or 7 yards.
Klaus Schoenbahn, a junior, making the tackle there.
Nowhere to go for Jeremiah.
Loss of 2 on the play, back to the 13. 2nd and 12. Archica on the delay to Stroop. He's got some running room this time with a head of steam. He'll get out to about the 24-yard line.
He's going to be about 6 inches short, I think, or maybe a yard short. There's a kick on Jeremiah coming right into your screen, right to your living room.
Picked up 11 yards. Brings up 3rd and 1 at the 24. Gets away from a couple of guys diving into the backfield, but there's just far too many of them shooting gaps, and he's going to lose back to the 20. Loss of 4 on the play. Going to bring up 4th and 5.
You know, I learned this geometry. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line.
That's what I understand.
So it's 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
Run it straight at them.
It's good input. Calvin, his foot's going to be sore tomorrow.
Yeah. How many punches he had tonight?
At least 7.
He's had more than they've had, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Moss may need oxygen before the night's out, as often as he's had to run back punts.
He go on one knee. I think he did.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Low snap. He had to go to a knee to retrieve it. It's going to be Burleson's ball at the 8-yard line. Wow.
That's not good, boy. Give him I mean, they don't lift the cup now. First down. That's not good. But he had to catch the football. That's the number one priority. If he had to go to one knee, looked like, catch it. I see Rodney Smith talking to him right now and said, hey, Rolando, you can't do that. You can't do that.
It's a loss of 12 yards back to the 8-yard line. Ball goes over on downs to Burleson at point blank range. Meyer, backup quarterback, has Austin behind him, hands it off to Jared Austin, who weaves his way up the center of the field and into the end zone for the touchdown, his third of the night.
Sure made that look easy. I'm not sure he was even touched. He went right up Main Street. Just a straight handoff right up Main Street, walked into the touchdown, put the 51st point on the board for Burleson with a point after still to come.
Took 7 seconds for the one-play 8-yard drive, if you can call it that. Now we have a penalty flag thrown before, and it looks like we got a substitution infraction by somebody.
Substitution infraction.
Which side?
He's trying to figure that out.
There is no foul.
Wow, right in, they waved it off. Little low, and I believe it's off to the right this time. No good.
That's a couple of them he's missed tonight, isn't it?
Second time tonight he's missed it wide to the right, so the score will remain 51-6 in favor of Burleson with 9:46 left to go to end the contest.
Our committee is going to have to do some soul searching tonight for the offensive player of the game for University.
Well, it could be Quavion Mitchell.
Huh?
He's the only one that scored points tonight.
Who's that?
Quavion Mitchell. But
no, I don't. That little girl's getting a lot of airtime tonight.
She's the best dancer in the place.
Yes, she is.
It's that good coaching she got.
I wonder if that's her father behind her there. He's pretty pumped up himself.
Yeah, because I think she ends up winning some chicken for winning the chicken dance.
Oh, no wonder he's fired up.
Yeah.
Well, if you're University, all you can do is get this game behind you and get ready for Cleveland next week, because this game is basically over except for the final score and the final whistle blows. It is over.
Just keep it between the hash marks. Going to come to Resendez at the 11. Goes to his right. Had a cutback lane, but was not able to get to it before he's cut down at about the 23-yard line. Trojans have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. They've been in their end of the field offensively most of the night. Matter of fact, I'm not certain that the offense has taken a snap on the Burleson end of the field.
Now, who is the quarterback now, Lark?
Well, Obi Cooper is in there. Oh, it's
Sean Mooney in there.
Yeah, Sean Mooney in there. Sophomore quarterback. Throws in the flat and underthrows his target on that side. Trying to get it out to Sandoff.
I told you they're pretty high on this Mooney youngster. They just said he needs some playing time. Well, he's getting that right now.
2nd and 10 at the 23. Yeah, this is a time for both teams to get some backup, some playing time. Mooney once again goes to the flat, completes it this time. The receiver trying to find some cutback room is just FaceTimed. Is that Garrett Lake who squared him up. Number 44.
That standoff was going to make about 4 yards. He ended up going backwards.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10 from the 23. Note to self, go north and south.
Yep.
Mooney gonna go deep. Down the far sideline, the receiver falls down, the ball is picked off. With the interception, J.C. Mueller. If he's ruled inbounds, and I'm waiting to find out.
So is Tom Downey. Evidently, they're bringing it back, so evidently he was out of bounds.
Yeah, they're going to call it incomplete, I guess. At least University's punt team is headed on to the field back at the line of scrimmage. The officials are still discussing it. Yeah, the head linesman on the far side has his hat off, which is an indication.
We have an incomplete pass.
Yeah, somebody was out of bounds.
Right.
So that'll bring up 4th down and 10 at the 23. Galvan will once again be on the field to punt. Got a good foot into this one. Going to send Moss back to the 34-yard line. He called a fair catch.
That's good hang time that time. That's 2 really good kicks he's had tonight as far as hang time.
Certainly is. 8 minutes and 42 seconds left of this one as University kept it for only 1 minute and 4 seconds. Burleson reserves now going to see what they can do about eating as much clock and getting on the bus and taking this victory home.
Remember, following the game, we'll be visiting with the defensive player of the game, offensive player of the game, and Coach Rodney Smith.
See, Nick Lott has checked in at one of the guard spots along with Brandon Cardoso at a tackle position. New running back in the game, number 23, Daryl Dorsey with the carry. We'll get a yard out of it to the 34-yard line.
Good look at it. You see, in fact, the guy just checked in the game out there. Devin Mason, the one made the tackle.
We saw a lot of Delvin Mason last week against Austin Travis, but have not seen a whole lot of him tonight. Meyer, the quarterback, has Dorsey in the backfield with him. Dorsey takes the handoff, has a nice hole over the left side, and slides through it up to the 40-yard line for a 6-yard pickup.
That clock continues to roll, and now I would imagine Coach McElroy is just very tickled to keep that ball on the ground, run the clock, get out of Dodge, and get ready for next week.
3rd down and 3. Notice Will Cullen has checked into a tackle spot for Burleson. Starting center, though, is still in the game. He's just a sophomore, Chandler Boginci. Meyer keeping the ball, looking for the 1st down. Maybe his second effort as somebody grabbed him by the shirt sleeve trying to hold him back, but he's going to get it out to the 44-yard line and pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, the Trojan a little bit slow to get up. In fact, he has not gotten up yet. And here comes the training staff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5, 6 of them going out there. Led by Jerry Williams. How long Jerry been out of university, you think?
27 years.
Is that long?
No, I don't know.
Well, I don't know either.
I'm just guessing.
I bet it's been 27.
Well, he's been there since he was 3 years old, hasn't he?
He's been there a long time. He also doubles as a SID for university, in case you didn't know that.
Little Mr. Everything.
Yeah.
Trainer, equipment manager. Appears to be Elijah Watson that they're attending to, a sophomore linebacker. He's up on his feet. May have just been the need of some pickle juice. 7:08 left in the contest. Burleson on top, 51-6. Waiting for the injured player to get off the field. Now the clock goes into motion. Meyer once again with a handoff to Dorsey. Dorsey follows his center up the middle, gets it into University territory and spins it up to the 48-yard line. Pickup of 8 yards on the play.
There's another look at it right there, and a very, very determined run, that young man.
Brings up just a 2nd down and 2. Mari Gibson in there on the stop. Somebody went the wrong way. Myers is going to have to keep it himself, but he gets it very close to the 1st down. As he and his running back Dorsey not on the same page for whatever play was called.
As the clock goes under, 6 minutes left in this football game. 51-6 the score right now. Burleson Elks with a very hefty lead over University.
Myers just got a yard on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Look, I've been pretty impressed this Burleson team. Have you?
Yes, sir.
I really have.
They've only had one bad snap tonight. Done very good with their shotgun snaps. Dorsey takes the handoff, going around the left side, but now flag thrown before the play got underway.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
Tom Downey's been a busier man here this 2nd half. Busier than he was the 1st half, I think.
Goes back to the Burleson 49-yard line, 49-yard line. 5-yard penalty. Just 35 yards in penalties for Burleson tonight. That's another impressive stats.
Yes,
for them.
very impressive. Yes, sir.
Play clock down to 2-1, and they're going to have to call a timeout because they couldn't get the playoff in time. So with just under 5 minutes left to go in this contest, Burleson has rolled up 330 yards on 54 offensive snaps, while University still has not crossed the 50-yard mark offensively. 45 yards on 37 offensive plays. Burleson's been led on the ground by Jared Austin with 100 yards on 11 carries and 3 touchdowns. Caleb Lewis had 12 carries and 71 yards and a couple of TDs. Jacob Amador, their starting quarterback, just 15 yards on 8 carries, but he also had a touchdown. He also was discredited, if you want to call it that, for the fumble that Quavion Mitchell returned for the touchdown. So back to play we go. 4:57 left. Myers will pass in the flat, in and out of the hands of his would-be target as Jackson Winburn tried to run before he caught the football.
I think he heard old Jaden Standers coming. He might have heard little footsteps there because he just flat dropped that football. It looks like he's like about 6'6" or 6'7", looks to me like, from here.
And believe it or not, Burleson does have a punter.
With black shoes, I like that.
Well, it's number 5, Blake Meyer, the backup quarterback. First time we've seen them punt tonight. University not buying it. They're not sending anybody back. I mean, either that or they're sending a full block on here.
He's not going to go for this. Surely the heck.
That's going to take a nice roll for the Elks inside the 10 and go out of bounds somewhere around the 8. So University will have 4 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock. to try to get something going offensively.
Hey, thank y'all very much. Yeah. Okay, appreciate it. Drive careful going on. Remember, we will not be here next week, but we'll see you in 2 weeks. All right.
Don't tell them that. Let them show up.
No, that costs too much money.
Oh, okay.
After this play, we'll give you our committee's pick for the offensive, defensive players.
Sophomore Ruben Arachica has checked in as a wide receiver.
Reckon he's kin to Emilio.
Best guess that I got. Mooney's the quarterback. Mooney back to pass, pumps once, now has some running room and will run with it. Obie Cooper didn't throw a block for him. And I believe Mooney wishes that Cooper had run a little interference as Stephen Jewett was there to face mask him.
He might have picked up another few yards if Obie's just having a good time watching everything, I guess.
Mooney picked up 4 on the play out to the 12. Brings up 2nd down and 6. Mooney looks to pass, quick square out, and it's complete to Lambert. Lambert brought down at the 18 after a 6-yard pickup, and Coach, that may be enough for a first down.
I believe it is. Our offensive player of the game will be the quarterback for University, Emilio Arachica. Defensive player of the game will be Desmond Watson from University. We'll visit those 2 young men and Coach Rodney Smith following the contest.
You know, I got to admit, your committee actually pays attention to the football game.
Yeah, they did.
Mooney rolling to his right, looking for a target, and has his man and overthrows Arachica. Ruben jumped for it at the 30-yard line, but couldn't come down with it.
Mooney throws a good ball, though. He really does. Try to get it on a little more on target, but he's throwing the ball well.
Our next game for Waco ISD TV will be in 2 weeks when the Midway Panthers take the trip over to Waco ISD Stadium to take on the Waco Lions. It'll only be the 2nd time this year we've seen the Lions, Coach.
Yep.
Going deep down the far side, somebody ran a wrong pattern. The ball's up in the air and then falls harmlessly to the turf. I believe that was intended for Resendez, but it wasn't really all that close to him.
There's another look at it. They're very fortunate that ball was not intercepted. There were 3 defenders right there, and all of them had a shot at it, but none of them got it.
Too many cooks and not enough interceptors.
That's exactly right.
From the 18-yard line, 3rd and 10. Just need to pick up the first down here. Mooney on the roll, gets rid of it. It's knocked down just before it's able to get into the hands of Corey Sandoff. That'll bring up 4th down.
Mark, after this punt, I'll be making my way down, and as always, if it goes in overtime, I will return.
If it goes into overtime, I'm going to give you the winning lotto ticket. Burleson puts nobody back to receive the punt this time. Galvan under little pressure gets off a end-over-end kick that will go out of bounds near midfield. So 3 minutes and 15 seconds left on the 4th quarter clock. Burleson looking to run that off and secure a 3-0 start to the season for the Elks. Ball's going to be marked at midfield. Burleson has shown some offense this year. In 3 games, they have scored 147 points. That's averaging about 49 a game. Their offense is definitely very potent. Meyer, the quarterback, will keep it, get away from one would-be tackler, get away from a second, and continues on his feet, gets around the left side, being chased on the far side and finally shoved out of bounds. Nice job of chasing him down by Jaden Sanders. the junior defensive back coming from all the way across the field, but not before Myers gets it inside the 15-yard line to the 14 for a 36-yard pickup. First and 10 at the University 14. It's pushed out of bounds, so the clock stopped with 2:59 left to play. New receiver checks into the game, number 82, Cesar Ledesma. He's in the slot on the near side, along with Brennan Ziner. Dorsey takes the handoff. Couple of nice moves. We'll get it down to the 5-yard line as Ruben Barrientos is able to ride him out at the 5. That's a pickup of 9 on the play. Brings up a second down and 1 at the 5. Once again, the clock stopped as he went out of bounds with 2:30 to go. Well, he'll just take a knee now. Mark it at the 10-yard line, a 5-yard loss. Brings third down and 6 at the 10. And finally, Burleson's going to just let some clock roll. They could pick up one more first down and possibly finish eating up the clock. They'd have to get the ball to the 4-yard line to do that. Right now, they face a third down and 6. Meyer, though, apparently has been instructed to take the snap and take a knee, and will do so. And that'll take it back to the 16-yard line for a -6, brings up a 4th down and 12 at the University 16. And it'll be right at a minute when they snap the ball this time. Play clock is down to 10 with a minute 10 left to go. Signal in the play. They're not in a formation for a knee here. Going to hand it off to Dorsey. Dorsey's going to be tackled when he comes around the right side, down to the 12-yard line, and the ball will go over on downs as Dorsey picks up 4. And University takes over with 56 seconds left to go in the game, trailing 51-6. And looking to just try to hold on to the football and get this one over with. Jeremiah Stroop held under 50 yards tonight, 18 carries for 43 yards. The only touchdown on the board for University came from the defense. Late add to the lineup is number 22, Lee Goss. He's a wide receiver in the slot. They hand it off to Obi Cooper, and Cooper is swallowed up by number 77, Evan Baltazar, a freshman in at nose guard. Cooper will lose 4 yards back to the 8. They will have to snap the ball one more time. 30 seconds on the game clock and 20 seconds on the play clock. So this most likely will be the final play of the game. Fake the handoff to Cooper. Mooney keeps it. Mooney will get no gain on the play. And that should do it. So the Burleson Elks come to Waco and run their record of 3-0 with a 51-6 win over the University Trojans tonight. The loss for University drops them to 1-2 on the season. When we come back, we'll have our post-game interviews right here on Waco ISD TV.
Back at Waco ISD Stadium where the University Trojans have dropped the district game to Burleson tonight. Our offensive player of the game is Emilio Archica. Our defensive player is Desmond Watson. First, Desmond, after the big win last week, got the monkey off your back. Was there any hangover from the night, you think?
I definitely think there was. I feel like too many players on our team were too focused on that win. Like they just let the whole season go, basically just stopped. And we gotta come up from that. We gotta win. We gotta know how to win and just know how to compete.
I know you play a lot on both sides of the ball. Do you prefer offense or defense?
I play wherever my coaches want me to play, but I like defense. But if I have to play offense, I'll play offense.
Think this team can bounce back next week?
Yes, sir, I do. It translates from practice. The more we play at practice, the better. I mean, the worse we'll do out here. So we got to focus in practice.
Good luck. Next week you go to Cleveland. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Let's talk to Emilio Archica now, the quarterback. You started the first game of the season, and then the last game you didn't start, and due to different circumstances, you started tonight. How's it like playing quarterback? And was there any hangover after that big win over Travis from the night's game?
Yes, sir. It's just this week there's a lot of playing, a lot of talking, and practice. We thought they were satisfied with it, and I didn't like it, and I just didn't like the fact that they were playing a lot, weren't focused on this game, and that's why we got beat the way we did.
Well, talk about this Burleson football team. That's a good football team.
Yes, sir, they are.
So, what about Jeremiah Stroop? You seem like you had success tonight running the sweep to your left side, but not so much the right side. Why is that?
We had some difficulties with the run and pass blocking. It was just a lot, and I mean, I know we can fix a lot on it. And Jeremiah Stroop, he's a real good kid, and he can run the ball pretty well. And next week we'll just come back harder and fix the things that we didn't succeed in.
Of course, next week you go to the Cleveland and another big district game. They're all big from here on out. So you guys just got to regroup and go back to the drawing board and get ready for the Yellow Jackets.
Yes, sir.
We'll wish you best of luck next week.
Thank you.
All right. Let's bring Coach Smith in here. Coach, I know it's tough. It's tough. Losing is never fun. I know you don't like to lose. Neither does anybody I know.
Well, hats off to Burleson. They got a very good football team, very physical. I wish I could put my hand on it. My expectations were different. I thought we could compete just a little bit better with them. We gave up some plays that we shouldn't have gave up, and that hurt us. And we just, we got players and coaches got to go back to the drawing boards and try to be better next week than we were tonight.
Do you think there was any hangover from the Austin Travis win?
I don't know. Maybe not. I just know we didn't play ball tonight, and we'll be better next week. We'll be better next week.
I have not seen Alito play, but I tell you what, I think Burleson should challenge him for this district championship. I would think.
I tell you, again, they're a great football team. Great football team. We're still in the rebuilding stage, and our kids gonna fight hard. We just got to make a couple more plays, and then we'll see what happens in Cleveland next week.
I was very impressed with the Burleson offensive line tonight.
Those guys were huge, man. They took us where they wanted to take us, and at times we had a couple plays in the backfield and we couldn't get guys down, and I don't know. That's want to me, but we'll practice more and we'll work on it more and try to get better at it.
You had an opportunity to play Sean Moody a little bit there at the end of the game. That young man's got a big upside, doesn't he?
Got a big upside, man. He's hungry to learn. He's willing to learn, and hats off to him. There's no telling who will start next week. I don't know. Whoever have the best week of practice, and that's who we'll go with.
Good luck at Cleveland next week.
Thank you, buddy.
You bet. Bring on Lark in. Wrap her up.
Number one, Burleson has a very deep ball club. I mean, their first stringers did very well in the first half. The second stringers did very well in the second half.
Yeah, they've got a stable of running backs. They got a couple of good quarterbacks, the receivers. They got the whole package. And like I told Rodney, I think they'll compete with Lido for this district championship based on what I've seen so far.
Well, University Trojans just over 50 yards of total offense. The offense has got to get better.
Yeah, they've got to get better, but you know what? It's hard to do when the other team's in your backfield all the time, and that's something they're going to have to correct. But they got whooped up front. There's no question.
Well, it all adds up to a 51-6 win for the Burleson Elks tonight over the University Trojans. For our entire crew here at Waco ISD TV and for the coach, I'm Lark Smith. Good night from Waco ISD Stadium.